Hi everyone, I am here today to share with you a little bit about Epicure and how easy it can make cooking some of your meals at home. I know right now during our coronavirus, we're all struggling a little bit. Some of us are figuring out how we eat at home every day and cook almost like 3 meals a day with everyone home. Some of us are loving it because we have more time to cook. Wherever you're at, I assure you that Epicure can help you with some of those meals and give you some different flavors. They have helped us out with a stay-at-home collection. You can buy 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. And the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. If you buy a 90-day collection, so you're getting 3 of the 30 days, share it with a friend, share it with 2 friends, and you get to save 20%. If you buy the 30-day, you're still saving 5%, and they have reduced the shipping. It's just 5% shipping on these products right now. So you want to contact me before April 18th to get the best deals on shipping and the product. But the product will be available. Our stay-at-home collection is available until April 30th. So I'm going to show you just 2 items out of the stay-at-home collection today that you can make. And actually, I'm going to cook for us our lunch today, our supper, and a little dessert, and have leftovers. So I'm going to start off with using our multi-purpose steamer. It comes with this great little tray in it that I use for bacon. I did this yesterday. I cooked bacon. I just had a bunch of leftovers so we can quick reheat it. But you just put it in here. You get about 5 strips on the tray of the bacon, and cooks in about 4 to 5 minutes depending upon your microwave and how thick the bacon is. My bacon actually took almost 7 yesterday. Our microwave doesn't cook as hot as a lot of them, I found out, and the bacon was really thick. But it was delicious. Today we're going to do chili. You can hear my hamburger. I forgot, because I didn't forget. I just kind of decided at the last minute our meal plan today would be chili because it's cold and rainy out. So it's completely frozen, and because it's frozen, and like I said, our microwave's a little slower, it will take about 7 minutes for me to get that hamburger kind of browned up. Now, if it wasn't frozen, I could probably do it in about 4. So you can see I can just seal this, and I always make sure my vents are going opposite of my handle so that if it is heavy or some steam would leak out of the lid when I lift it after I've cooked it, it won't burn me because it's there. This is silicone. It's multi-purpose steamer. It's on page 9 in our catalog. Okay, I got that going. And there's even a little Harvard study there that will talk to you about how microwave cooking is the best because it seals all the nutrients into our steamers when you use them, and it doesn't escape. Vegetables in the steamer are amazing. But while that is cooking and getting thawed out, I'm going to get our dessert made. So I've just chilled a bowl and a beater there, but I'm going to take our chocolate pudding pack. It is gluten-free. All of our products are gluten-free. I always recommend that everyone should look in our catalog at page 5. And in there we have, what is so important to so many people these days, what we call the never ever list. This tells all the things that Epicure will never put in any of their products, so you don't have to worry about reading all the labels. It has things like no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, no corn syrup, glucose syrup, no gluten. It's just amazing how careful they are with what they put into their products to give us good, healthy food that we can eat during this time. The chocolate pudding, I love to read this label. If you read it, it has like 3 things: organic coconut palm sugar, food starch modified, organic cocoa powder, 4th one, sea salt. That's it. There is none of the other stuff. You'd be amazed. Go read the chocolate pudding that's in your cabinet, that label. So I'm just going to dump this in here, and I'm going to add to it 2 cups of milk. I'm going to make it pretty simple, because then we can even add some of our Cocoa Crunch to it if we want later when we eat it, or whatever. And I'm using our mini prep bowls to measure with. Each of these bowls is 1 cup, but on the side, I know you can't see it, it labels 1/4 a cup, 1/2 a cup, and 3/4 cup for us too. Like I said, I'm going to put 2 cups of milk in. I could use like the almond milk or an alternative milk if I wanted to. That works well and sets up. You could do, if you're a coffee lover, you could do a cup of milk and a cup of coffee and make that. They give you some different recipe ideas here on the back. But I'm just going to start to kind of stir this around here for a couple minutes to get it all whipped up good. And a little bit, start to thicken a little bit. And then after I do that, it'll go in the fridge and sit. And by tonight, it'll be delicious. If you like dark chocolate, you will really love our pudding. It kind of has a darker flavor to it. And I just use skim milk. Obviously, you could put other milk in it if you wanted to. I want to tell you while I'm whisking this about a little more about our stay-at-home collection. The great thing about it is Epicure's here to help you and give you those 30 meals to stay at home. It'll come with a meal plan for all 4 to 5 weeks. So it's all planned out if you want to follow that plan, or you can be flexible and choose your own. You can look at the plan and you can click on hyperlinks in it. And if, let's say, it's a recipe that maybe you think, oh, I'm not crazy about creamy chowder, you can click on that creamy chowder and find some other recipe way to use that packet, which is fantastic. It comes with weekly grocery shopping lists, or you can get a list and you can go shopping once and have everything you need for all 30 days and stay out of the stores. All right, I'm going to kind of show you the chocolate pudding. It's starting to set up here just in those few minutes. It'll get thicker as it chills in the refrigerator, but I'm going to just take that and get rid of that right now and throw that in the fridge for later on tonight. And I will probably, even later, just go back and use my prep bowls and put it in there by the serving, and then I can put my lid on it and it's all ready to go. A half a cup of it is 100 calories, so it's a great little sweet treat that we can enjoy these days. Okay, I still have a couple minutes on my microwave, so I'm going to use that time and get my supper ready. We had hand-breaded pork tenderloins this week out of the air fryer, seasoned with some of the Epicure salts and stuff. Fantastic. But I had a little bit of that pork loin left. So I'm going to take it now tonight and use that to make our pulled pork. Now this actual packet will make a 5-pound pulled pork recipe. And you could use a pork butt, you could use a boneless pork shoulder, you could just use a cut up pork loin like I did. Pretty much any kind of pork if you want. And then you just make the sauce for it. Now, because I didn't put a 5-pound one in there, John and I don't need that much, and that would make lots of days of leftovers, which we could do, and we could even freeze some of it if we wanted to. Or if you have a big family, then that's a lot for you. So I only did probably about 2.5, 3 pounds. So I'm just going to pour about half of this into my crock pot for my pork. Maybe a little bit more here. And then I'm just going to roll up the other half, and I will have it for the next time that we want to make a pulled pork. With it, for my dressing in there that goes on it, I am going to put a 1/4 cup of vinegar and about 1/8 cup of water, because remember, I'm cutting this in half. If you were making the whole thing, you would double this. A 1/2 cup of ketchup. And a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And then I'm just going to kind of mix that all up around in there. I probably could have mixed that all separate first, but I got plenty of room in my crock pot for such a little bit. It mixes around, and as it cooks, it's all going to mix in together too. Whoops, watch myself. Always messy. All right, there, that looks really good. I'm going to show you how that looks here. Clean up myself a little bit. You can see I kind of mixed it all around, sitting around the pork and on top of it. And I'm going to throw that in my crock pot. It's on, turn it to low. It's going to sit there and cook for about 6 to 8 hours. And then when it's done, I will show you how I can quickly shred it up with my hand mixer, and we're going to have great pulled pork for supper tonight. All right. Perfect. My microwave is just done with that 7 minutes. And remember how I told you I just put that hamburger right there on that steamer tray? Now I'm going to show you why I did that. Watch this. It might get a little messy. I'm not always the neatest cook, but I don't mind cleaning it up. I'm going to pull that out and just set my steamer tray there for a minute. And I'm going to take this bowl and all that fat and stuff, although this was pretty lean hamburger, I'm just going to dump it right into a bowl that I can throw away. Now I'll take this out. Throw this over in this thing out of our way. And I'm going to use what we call our ground beef separator. If you do not have one of these tools, you want one. They are amazing. And just mush that hamburger around a little bit. Now it's not quite done, but remember that was frozen in 7 minutes. And maybe you're thinking, I could do this on my skillet. And you could. If you do not have a multi-purpose steamer of any sort, all of our recipes, they can be done without the steamer in the oven or on your stove, depending upon how they're done. Maybe even in your Instant Pot if you have one of those. Either way, all those will work that way. Our steamers are dishwasher safe, they are microwave safe, and they are oven safe up to 425 degrees. The cool thing too about these steamers, notice how I'm touching it. It was in the microwave there for 7 minutes. And so it's warm, but it is not where it's gonna like burn my fingers or anything, so I'm not worried about a pothole or anything. Now, like I told you, this is not quite done, but it is almost done. And I could choose, if I was just browning this up for sloppy joes or making something different, I would obviously want to put this back in the microwave for maybe another minute or two. But it came from frozen to all chopped up here in 7 minutes. Now, I'm not going to microwave it a little more yet because I know I'm going to add microwave after I get my cha-cha chili ready. So this comes in our stay-at-home packet too, just like the pulled pork. And where did I put my scissors to open it? Here they are. For this one, I am going to dump all of it in here. But before I dump it in, I'm going to try to get you a view of how great this chili packet seasoning really looks. I hope you can see that it is just not the typical chili powder seasoning in there. But there's onion, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, obviously the chili powder seasoning of spices, salt, garlic, and rice concentrate, tomato, garlic, spices, and ancho chilies. So it's really got a lot of good stuff in there. So you don't have to do much to your chili. You can just add that in. Add in a great big can of tomatoes. You can use diced, you can use sauce. A lot of times I do a can of diced and a can of sauce. Today I didn't have any diced, so I'm just going to use straight up sauce in there. That'll work. And then it calls for a can of beans. Now, if you don't like beans, you don't have to put the beans into your chili. One of the things I have learned over the years is my kids don't mind the flavor of the beans, but they don't like the texture. And if they know there's beans in there, they won't eat it. So I've learned that I can just quick food process my can of beans. It doesn't look very pretty, but it gives that flavor and it gives that extra bit of protein and really fills the kids up and stretches that meal a little bit farther if you're feeding a bunch these days. And so I just food process it. Now, if your kids don't mind it, don't food process it. Leave your beans whole. But this is so thick, this chili, that it also calls for half a cup of water. And sometimes when I food process my beans like that, I think it makes it even a little bit thicker. But I'm just mixing this all together to try to get it spread around. It's a little harder to mix because of processing those beans. Now, I want to heat all that stuff up together and get all that good flavor in there. So I'm going to put my lid back on my steamer, throw it back in my microwave for 5 more minutes, and lunch is done. My supper is all ready and prepared, and I have some dessert in the fridge. All of that in less than 20 minutes. Okay, it has been 5 minutes that this was in the microwave and I just pulled it out. You can see I kind of just took that 5 minutes really quick to clean everything up. So I'm still under my 20 minutes, but I'm gonna lift this up. You're gonna see that steam come out and just look how amazing that looks. All of those great green peppers and red peppers and things that were in there, tomatoes that were in the seasoning have exploded with the liquid and dried up. It's a nice thick chili. If you don't like your chili that thick, remember I had my beans all done up, but if you don't like it that thick, you could always add a little more water, but I kind of like a thick, good chili. So I can't wait to eat it, and I will see you later on at supper time to show you how to shred the pork. Welcome back. It's been about 6 hours since I was last with you, and I have to tell you for about the last 3 to 4 hours, I have been going crazy smelling this pulled pork. It smells so good. I so wish you could smell it here today. But I want to go back a minute and talk about that chili that we had for lunch. John and I both had a big bowl. So that was 2 big bowls out of it, probably more than we should have had, but it was so good we had to do it. I've got that much or more in the refrigerator, ready for another meal tomorrow. And then if there's still some left, I will probably take it and freeze it into individual servings for me to pull out for a lunch. It's so slick. That's how much it made. It was really good. You think you can't cook chili in 15 minutes? We did it today. You saw it. Remember the days when you thought you had to simmer your chili all day long to get those ingredients to mix together and be so good? You don't have to. You can if you want. You can still do it with the cha-cha chili and throw it in your crock pot or on your stovetop during the day. But when you're in a jam like I was today and you needed lunch in a half an hour and you kind of not really set anything out, it can be done. I want to review with you also just a little bit about some of the things that I used here today from Epicure, because our goal is really to provide good food with time-saving cookware to help you put a good meal on the table fast. And the multi-purpose steamer is a game changer. I'm in love with it. It has totally changed how we cook in our house. I showed you the bacon. You saw the chili. I've done salmon. I do chicken in it for fajitas in 7 minutes. This you're going to love. In the stay-at-home collection that we're going to talk about again comes the gluten-free chocolate brownie mix. These are delicious. Mix it up in your multi-purpose steamer. Throw it in your microwave for about 4 minutes, and you're going to have delicious brownies in less than 5 minutes. You want to really make them extra special? Mix up some of the caramel sauce and pour that on too. It is phenomenal. That also comes in the stay-at-home collection. And you will have lots of leftover caramel sauce, which is great for dipping apples in. So what a nice treat that is right now when we're at home. You won't regret the multi-purpose steamers. In addition to that, I used one of our silicone tools that we have, utensils. This comes with a set of 4 or 5 other tools. There is a flipper, a corner spatula, a saute spoon, and then our grip and grab tongs on top of the ladle. They are phenomenal. I just love the feel of them, and they clean up so well. And again, they're that silicone, so they're not going to scratch or hurt anything at all. The other thing that you saw me use was our ground meat separator. Now I have another one of these from another company and I loved it, but now I really love this one. There's only the 3 tongs and it washes so well. My other one that I have really is hard to wash and clean up. This is very, very easy. So you're going to love those things. The other thing I have to show you, like this silicone, if you're ever worried about things falling and they will chip your tile or they're going to break on the floor, watch that. Nothing's going to break because it's that great plastic silicone. It's wonderful. If you're just clumsy like me, you will appreciate those things. Okay, the other thing we did at lunchtime, remember, is I mixed up the chocolate pudding for dessert later. Well, I decided to get that bowl cleaned up, and so I separated it out into 4 of these bowls. Our little Prep Pro bowls. You get 4 of these with the lids for $22. Remember, I use them as measuring cups because they always have the gradients on it. They are so slick. So we are ready for dessert tonight, but here's the little trick that I'm going to do with dessert. We have what we call our whole food toppers. This one is Cocoa Crunch. We also have Everything Bagel and Fruity Tooty. The great thing about these is they're filled with fiber. So I can take a little bit of this whole food topper, mix it in with the pudding, and I'm getting an extra little dose of fiber. Most of us, our kids, our husbands, even ourselves, we need good fiber in us. So this is a great way to do it. When I go to do that, I'm going to use what we call our 4-in-1 spoon. This is another one of my favorites from Epicure. Tablespoon on here, teaspoon, flip it over. It gives me the marks for half a teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon, all right there. So I'm not fumbling in the drawer looking for multiple different sizes of teaspoons all the time. I've got this. And I bought a second one. So I have one for wet ingredients when I'm cooking and one for dry ingredients when I'm cooking. And it's always right there, and I'm no longer searching for measuring spoons all the time. Here's the next part I love about this. Look at this, even the big tablespoon side. I can take it and fit it right down in that jar and scoop out what I need without a mess all over. They are fantastic. Another thing I didn't mention to you beforehand was the fact of how sodium and sugar conscious Epicure is. Now, I did not put salt in the chili, but if you are someone who tends to use a lot of salt, or you're used to having a lot of the store-bought chili seasonings, different things like that that have a lot of sodium in it, you might want to add a little salt. You can't take salt out of those things. Epicure's done that for us. But if you really need some salt because you're just used to that until your taste buds change and adjust, then I highly recommend our sea salt grinder. These are fantastic. I'm just going to do this right here on our little mat. You can see how quick it grinds up that great salt. We also have 3 other grinders. We have just black pepper. Then the next one that I need to get is black pepper and turmeric mixed together. I can't wait to try it, but this is my favorite. You can see it's the lowest for me. I use it the most, probably. It is our herbed garlic grinder, and I use it on everything. So it is just fantastic to try those. I highly recommend them. But what I called you all back for, what you're waiting for, you need to see this pulled pork that I've been smelling all afternoon. I'm going to put my pot holders on here because my crock pot gets a little hot on the edges. But you can see here, all done. Looks great. All that juice is around it yet. And now, you're gonna love this. Just to show you how tender and nice it is, that the seasoning really helped to tender that up. Oh, it's just ready to almost fall apart on its own. But, because I like to get that nice stringy shredded, like when you go to a store or a restaurant, here I am just with my little electric hand mixer, and I'm going to turn this on. There we go. Just see how fast I did that. I'm going to hold that up again so you can see how great that shredded my pork. You can shred chicken like that, roast beef, anything that you cook in there. It's fantastic. All right, to close with, I just want to remind you about the great thing that Epicure is doing for both Canada and America. They have created this wonderful stay-at-home collection because they want all of us to stay at home where we're safe. So they have created a 30-day, 60-day, or 90-day collection. So the 60-day is just the 30-day twice, the 90-day is the 30-day 3 times. Why would you get that like that? Because the more savings. If you buy the 30-day collection, you're already saving 5%. The 60-day collection, you're going to save 10%. And the 90-day collection, you're going to save over 20%. That makes these meals less than $3 per serving. Now I encourage everyone to go out and support our local restaurants and help them during this difficult time. But I know We can't eat out every night of the week. We don't eat out every night of the week, and we do need to be staying home as much as we can. So have that couple nights, 1 or 2 nights a week, where you eat out and enjoy and support our local restaurants. But the rest of the time, let's have a plan where we can stay home and eat at such a reasonable cost, so we have that money to spend maybe an extra night during the week to eat out. With the 30-day collection, I don't have all of it here. I haven't ordered it yet, but I had several of the products here with it. I just want to show you some of the great things and meal ideas you're going to get in it. Alfredo, butter chicken, the cha-cha chili, creamy chowder, General Tao. I'd probably tell us to say it in Canada. Gyro, mac and cheese. Oh, it's the best mac and cheese you've ever had. Shepherd's pie, Southern baked, speedy lasagna. This is a favorite at our house. Pad thai, taco, tuna casserole. And then, as I already said, it also comes with 2 desserts. They have this so well organized. When you order this, you're going to get a calendar with all 30 days planned out for you. Obviously, you can move them around however you choose, but they're there if you want. They're going to give you a week 1, week 2, week 3 to 5 shopping list. So if you want to go out every week, you can get exactly what you need. If not, merge the lists together. You can shop one time and have everything you need for 30 days. On top of that, and those savings, they've also reduced the shipping today through April 18th. If you order $50 or more, $50 to $99, your shipping's $5. That is just so cheap. Over $100 and over, your shipping will be 5% of your total bill. You can't beat that for shipping right now. So if there's anything you wanted to order ever at Epicure, now is a great time to get a good deal on that shipping. Finally, not only is Epicure trying to take care of us at home and keeping us at home, for every 30-day collection that is sold, they are going to donate a meal to Feed America and try to help others who are in need. What a win for everyone. I encourage you, message me, contact me with your questions. I will put a shopping link below in this video so that you can hop right on and order whatever you would like. But please stay home, stay safe, and stay healthy.